welcome to my channel, LD Arts. Happy to have you with me today. So today we are going to make a mold for a clock. And I have searched and searched, and I cannot find a mold that is 12 inches the way I want it to be. So I used to make clocks, and I still do, make clocks out of old used records. Unfortunately, these are my mom's old records. She doesn't have a record player anymore, so I just figured I'll just make clocks with them. Let's not tell her. She's probably still looking for these records. Anyways, so I put these records together, which are my mom's, with some black electrical tape. You see here. I've taped them together. I've cleaned them the best that I can. I have gloves on, so they are dust free, hopefully. So I'm going to put them in this dish that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I believe that it's deep enough to, you see, there's the slid, but when this is in here, it gives me enough room, and the mold is not too, because the deeper it is, the heavier it is. So anyways, that's what we're going to do today. So I have this silicone rubber by Let's Resin, and I have a part A and a part B. Boom, boom. So they are equal parts. We're going to mix these up together. We're going to pour this in here. It's supposed to set up in about 6 hours, but I'll just probably leave it overnight. And then I believe, I've never done this before, guys, never done this before, but I believe once you pour this, you take the mold out, you flip it over, and you remove the record by cutting off the excess and taking the record out, and then boom, you have a mold. And I'm leaving the middle open so that I can have a hole marker so that I'll be able to put the clock pieces on here without having to drill a hole in here. I'm not trying to do all that, but if I have to, I will. But in this case, no. So this is what I'm doing. Let's set up, mix up, and get started with this. Plus I have some stuff over here, some orders over here that I need to put up anyways. I got these stickers in the mail. I got a keychain mold for some sports things. I told you I was making stuff for guys, keychains for guys. In one of the videos I mentioned that. And I got some little Afro girls because I make these a lot. And of course, I got the clock pieces, and I got three different kind from the 3 different companies, just to test them out and see which ones work for me and which ones don't. All right, so I'm gonna put all this stuff up, get set up so that we can drop this silicone in here and hope that it works in this dish. I've already tested this dish. It takes silicone really well and pulls out very nicely. So yeah, let's get started. Stay tuned. this is done, you can clearly see from the earlier video or the earlier shot that I literally used the record that you see here that I taped together. This is double-sided tape right here to keep that down on this platter right here that I used to make this clock mode that I usually use to make my record. I usually make clocks with records, but I wanted a mold, and this came out perfect, and I kind of colored it a little bit pink. I'll probably clean up around here, but this is perfect. I'm going to make a clock out of this. I'll do a video of me making a clock out of this in a couple of days and then post it in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about this. It came out really nice. And this is not my first go. My first one was horrible. It did not turn out good at all. But this came out perfect. So happy with this. So I have a mold over here where I did some seashells, and I actually made this idea with UV, and I had to sand this thing down. This is what it looks like, and it's this mold right here of this dollar starfish. So some of them are okay, but if you look at the bottom, I pushed it in too much, so there wasn't enough. So I did them again. So I'll show you. We're going to take those out as well, just to show how easy it is to take the molds out. So I'm very happy with this. I cannot wait to do a clock, and it came out so neat. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. It also has like the little design from the clock. I don't know if that'll pick up or not, and I don't really care if it does. I can just paint that black or whatever, but I'm so happy that I now have a 12-inch mold to make my clocks from now on. So I will set this aside for later. So I have these two, I actually have three. So this was what was left over in the cup, and I put a seashell in the bottom of that. I put a seashell in these, and then I have some other shells in here. Well, I had a blade over here to see if I needed it, but it doesn't look like I need the blade at all. I mean, this pulls away pretty easy, and you just have to get your fingers. I know I'm off camera, I'm sorry. I'm just using my hip. But you have to like get in here. Let me see if I can find something that won't break that I can stick in here. Probably these scissors, because I just want to get it in this side right here and just lift this. completely done. Yay. Also made a boo-boo. We're going to talk about it so that you don't make the same boo-boo and waste money. So here's my record, or not my record. Here is my mold for making clocks that I used records to make this with. Does that make sense? So I used a stack of records, which you saw in the beginning of the video. Use this dish from the dollar store. I probably could have done better, but it worked because it's exactly how I wanted it to be. And made me around so that I can make me some clocks. So I'll be doing a video on this soon on how I make me some clocks out of this, or a clock out of this. I actually need a new clock for my bedroom, so we'll be using that for that. And then I'll start making some clocks as ordered. All right. So let's talk about this really quickly and then we'll move on. So I use these containers right here, and because I had a lot of leftover, purposely I did that because I wanted to do this. And I made these seashells. I even used whatever was left over in this cup. It was about this much, and just shoved the shell down there and crossed my fingers, and it worked because here it is. Yeah, it came out good. Came out good. Came out good, except for this. You see this? And this is my first pour. Make sure you pour it deep enough. You have something that's deep enough. This wasn't deep enough. So this is what happened. So make sure it's deep enough so that it's solid on the bottom and you don't see through it at all, okay? Now, this. Do not use UV resin to stick anything down. This is what happens. Do you see that? It's a hot mess. Someone gave me this starfish, and I ruined it. I killed it. It broke. I cannot use it again. I can't even make a new mold out of it. I'm devastated. Oh, I want another starfish. Now I have to go to the beach and try to find it. Unless the person is watching that gave me this starfish and they have some more. Can I have another one? Maybe two. Anyways, don't use UV resin. Okay? Do not. Other than that, yeah, everything came out great. Everything came out great. This is what we were here for, though. And I'm happy about this. Can't wait to make a video on making a clock with this. So until then, thanks for watching. I'm happy that you came to watch me do this and make boo-boo and talk about my boo-boo. But until next time, peace and thanks for coming. Bye, everyone. Hello, everyone. How are you? Oh my goodness. So at the end of this video, I put down that I totally killed my starfish when I was making the molds. And I was talking to someone about it, and they were so generous, so generous, that I got like a jar full of these. Can you believe this? How nice was that? Thank you so much. Oh my God. There's little ones and medium-sized ones and large ones. You know, I'm making a mold of these. Oh, these are so nice. Here's my other ones right here that I've already made a mold of. But this, that's so cool. So anyways, I just wanted to add that. I cannot believe that. I mean, you know, I wasn't even expecting this. It's funny when you say stuff to people that they just come through. And because I was gonna go searching and looking for these things, and they probably did, and ended up giving me this. They came in like a little bowl, plastic bowl, and well, it wasn't a little bowl, but I put them in this so that I could store them in my studio, because I label everything in my studio. It says big starfish, but I'm putting these in here too. So I just wanted to add that on there. Thanks. Not throwing out any names because they don't want that. They don't want to be acknowledged on social media, but this is so cool. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate it. Bye.